Do you believe Max when he tells me that he did all his
No, I
Zoom
don't. I asked him
training?
about it.
Oh, okay, wait. So let me just set it up for people. He said all his training was done via Zoom. The first time he saw his coaches was at the airport when they were leaving to Las Vegas on Wednesday of last week. He trained with no one. He didn't have any training partners. He didn't spar, nothing. What is going on here? Do you believe him? Because Volkanovski told me he doesn't believe him. He said it's SH blank blank. He
So
doesn't
I
believe it.
asked him yesterday about this, and I go, "Man, what's up with you, man?" I said, "I never thought you could find a way to be more despicable." He was like, "What?" I was like, "Now you telling people you trained on Zoom?" I trained on Zoom. He would not tell me. I was like, "You're lying." He was like, "I trained on Zoom." I'm like, "But in the fourth and fifth round, you're going to be the one that's in great cardio shape, and you're going to be the one going all hard, right?" He was like, "I'm trained on Zoom, DC." But everybody in the background was laughing. Like, I don't know who was with him. There was like a whole bunch of laughter. But he also told me that the odds, he was like plus 140. He said the Zoom thing. Now he's up to like plus 200 or something.
Wow.
People actually bet Volkanovski down or up, whatever it's called now, on Max saying that he trained on Zoom.
Well, if it's true, it would give you pause, right?
But you actually believe that a guy that won the featherweight title, had won 15 fights in a row, and defended all them belts, is just training on Zoom? There's no way Max Holloway trained on Zoom. He did something more. Actually, I know for a fact he did something more.
Why?
He had a jiu-jitsu, he had a mat in his restroom, he had a partner that he was grappling with and stuff. I know for a fact that he did.
How do you know that? He
Because
posted
I
it?
think he told me when the quarantine was going on. I have a friend, he forgot he told me. He forgot he told me. He was like, I got one guy that comes over, we do jiu-jitsu and stuff. So
But maybe that was at the beginning.
at the least he did grappling. Right? I know for a fact at the least he did grappling. So yeah. But good on
Okay,
Max, man.
hey,
Play everybody like a fiddle.
let's pretend that he is playing everyone. Kind of brilliant, right?
Brilliant. He's smart. Everybody looks at Max and he's this great fighter and he's so friendly, but he's also one of the smartest dudes I know in the entire world. He's one of the smartest guys I know. And right now, he's hoping to make Alexander Volkanovski settle down a little bit and take him for granted. But that's something the champ won't do.
No.
Volkanovski's a true professional and he's going to be ready to fight.
We were talking about pressure. I think all the pressure is on Max here, right? You lose
Is
to the champ twice, you're in purgatory, you're stuck.
You're stuck for a while, but there's some good guys, at 145, and as long as Zabit's in there, as long as Zabit is in there, you got to think at some point he's going to get his hands on the title, and even if Max is to lose, um, that opportunity will present itself to him.
Hey, what about this? Our boy Danny Rubenstein told me this crazy story. Let me pull this up here. Petr Yan, his guy, you've been with Danny for a long time, manager extraordinaire, Ruby Sports. How long you
I've
know
known
Danny?
I know Danny since college. Danny went to OU.
He went to Oklahoma.
Yep.
Yo, he told me that so Petr Yan did his training camp in Phuket, Thailand, right?
Mhm.
And he said that Petr Yan was supposed to fly from Phuket to Kuala Lumpur to Abu Dhabi, but then the Phuket airport canceled all international departures and arrivals, so the UFC had to work with Etihad Airways to convert an Etihad cargo flight from Bangkok to Abu Dhabi to a passenger flight. Okay, listen to this. So they had 10 people on this big cargo plane. Petr Yan and his team were 5. And then they had 5 other fighters who were training over there. So he flew from Phuket to Bangkok to Abu Dhabi on a cargo plane that they converted into a passenger flight just for him.
How did they do that?
I don't know. Apparently, the UFC's done an in with Etihad. Isn't that crazy? They used it for cargo, and then they had to get approval to convert the flight to have passengers on it. Isn't that wild?
That's absurd. But that tells you, how important this fight is for the division. Petr Yan is some people might be like, man, this plane is not made to take me to this place, right? This ain't a passenger plane. This is for cargo. I don't want to go on there. Like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't the most comfortable ride unless they just kind of decked it out. But that's nuts.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.